Okay, tubes, I already got my new motor. But by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be right after my last video. Because there's an upload problem for YouTube today. They're doing site updates again. But here it is. Briggs ELS 20 horse Intek. Yeah, sorry, it's Intek, not ELS. I thought it was an ELS. It could be still, I don't know. It says Intek Twin. I don't know if the Intek Twins are ELSs as well or not, but who knows, who cares. But here it is. It's really dirty, but it will clean up good. It looks like it came out of a Mastercraft from the look of the crankshaft in there. Because the crankshaft has that stupid little adapter piece on it. I'm hoping it will fit in here with my bumper. That's the only minor problem I may have. It is pressure lubed, which is nice, right there. So I'll be able to take that off, hopefully, and put my gauge pressure lubrication on this. That's my plan. That's what I'm hoping I can do on this. I guess I'll be seeing that tomorrow or in a couple minutes. I'm going to be tipping this back up on its back, and I got to take some stuff off of it, try and get it to fit in here good. It did come with a crank bolt, so I think actually the one off this would have fit anyways, but it has it. Needs oil. This guy even said pretty black. I do got fresh oil that can go in it. I gotta go get an oil filter though tomorrow. Not doing do too much on it tonight because I gotta go to work in a few hours. All I'm really gonna do is just get it set in place, and I know everything should line up. The only thing that may not is the positive for the starter, because on these the starter's on the opposite side, so I'm probably gonna have to put a longer cable in there, which is not a huge deal. Other than that, everything should work out fine. Obviously it will bolt in. All motors will bolt in. I'm probably just going to take that exhaust straight off for now. I'll probably have to stick it in from underneath or figure out something. Take the heat shields off of it and deal with it once they're off, and figure out how to make it work without cutting my bumper, which I do not want to do. It should fit in here fine without working on without dealing with that bumper. Separate choke, which is right here, and here's your throttle, and it should work pretty good. Okay, engine's in, as you can see. I removed the exhaust, and it bolted right in, obviously, because any engine will pretty much bolt in any tractor. Doesn't matter what they are. I believe this came out of an MTD type tractor. My reasons why it had, let me find it here, crankshaft spacer. These are mainly on MTDs. Craftsman's don't have them, so that's why I think this motor did in fact come out of an MTD style tractor. Actually, the air filter looks pretty good. I took that off. There's the top cover. Here's the air filter, which does not look horrible, really. It's doable. The pre-filter is pretty bad. It's filthy. So I guess the air filter is not too bad in it, which is okay. I don't have to buy one of them yet. Just clean the pre-filter. The exhaust should go on as soon as I remove that housing around it. Then what I'm gonna have to do is put a strap underneath the frame and basically hold in by an exhaust strap. That's how I'm gonna have to do that. Because that metal frame is what holds it in, and I've basically got rid of that entire setup on this tractor, basically because this is eventually going to be running duals. So, and I did crank it over. Don't know if I forget if I mentioned that. And I got oil pressure, and as you can see, I actually put my oil line on. And I don't know if you can see it down there. Let's see if I can get it out. There's oil in the line. Actually, it came right up to this point right here so far. That's just from cranking it with an almost dead battery. So I'm thinking that will work, and if it doesn't, all I have to do is just stick this little guy back in, which is the sensor, which turns on an idiot light if you get low oil pressure. But I got the oil pressure gauge in the house with the gauge pod for it that I bought off eBay, and I have to get a new voltage gauge. Because I put that one in the Bolins before the Bolins got sold. So that was missing the gauge. So when I go out tomorrow, I got to get an oil filter, and I got some oil, the oil that I was originally going to put in the Troy, but it doesn't need an oil change just yet, and I will put the oil that I bought for it into this one. I believe it's 1030, and proceed to attempting to start this thing up tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to have to put a longer 2-starter cable on it from the solenoid to the starter. I knew that right from the beginning. But that's pretty much it. So it's looking pretty good. Hopefully, I do get oil pressure. But if I don't, I'll just put the sender back in. That's easy to do. So I gotta get the old pulleys off the other engine still, and just put them on here, and I'm good to go. Hopefully, I can probably have this thing going by the weekend, which would be nice. But it's gonna snow. But I'll be able to move it around under its own power. I'll be able to, when I have to, pull the Honda out of there and get work done in there, because I don't think I'll be driving the Honda. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to stick the air cleaner back on, cover it up with the tarp, and I'll come back out here tomorrow morning, or whenever I do get up, because like I said, I got to go to work tonight. So this deal worked out pretty good. I'm happy with the engine so far. It turns over good. There's no noises in the engine that concern me at all. It's in decent shape. I might spray some engine cleaner on it tonight, let that sit overnight, and wash it off tomorrow. But other than that, it's got the fuel pump obviously, so it will pump from the rear tank. Just kicked one of the exhaust pipes right down there. So I'll strip that off tomorrow, and hopefully that stock exhaust will fit on here for now. I don't see why it won't, but stranger things have happened. I imagine that whole casing would probably bolt in if I modified it. I might see about doing that first, just modifying it to fit right here in this area. I think it would bolt in through one of these holes right here and here, and the same on the other side. That's what it looks like. If you look at that, there's 3 holes, and there's technically 3 holes on here as well. So I may try to modify that and just use that so I don't have to put a strap under it, but we'll have to wait and see till tomorrow. And it also did come with the heat shield, which I will most likely end up putting on just to help protect the oil pressure line, and hopefully I do get oil pressure out of this. I don't see why I won't, because that little gauge is for the oil that will come on if you lose oil pressure. So I don't really see why it wouldn't work. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna try it first before I mount anything up. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this thing will fire up tomorrow and run. All the guy said it needs is obviously gas and some fresh oil. So oil is pretty black. Probably gonna let the oil drain overnight, just so it's drained by tomorrow. Then I can put the cap back on. We'll see. So I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.